welcome to Echoes of the Forgotten, where chilling true stories from the darkest corners of history come to life. In tonight's episode, we journey to a place where the past never left, where whispers linger in the trees and shadows crawl beneath the earth. This is the story of the Bell Witch, one of the most infamous hauntings in American history. But beware, some things are better left forgotten. It was 2016 when I decided to leave the city behind. After painful divorce, I needed peace, somewhere quiet, isolated. And the ad for the farmhouse in Adams, Tennessee caught my eye. It was called Bell's Hollow. I didn't think much of the name, just saw the cheap price and the acres of trees that surrounded it. So I packed up my belongings and my dog Buster and left everything behind. The first few days were blissful. The house was quiet, the kind of peace I hadn't felt in years. The mornings were cool, the nights starry. It felt like a fresh start. But something was off. The first night, I was just about to fall asleep when I heard it. A faint sound, like a whispering in the distance. I thought it was the wind. But then it came again, louder. He's still here. It was right next to me. I froze. Buster was already on edge, growling at the corner of the room. I turned on the light, expecting to see something. But the room was empty. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. The next day, I drove into town. I needed answers. So I stopped at a local diner. It was one of those places where everyone knows everyone. I mentioned I'd moved into the Bell House. The moment I said it, the old man in the corner stopped his meal and stared at me. "You bought that house?" he asked. I nodded. "Yeah. Why?" He leaned in, his voice lowered. "That land's cursed. The Bell Witch. You ever hear of it?" I laughed at first. Cursed? Haunting? That stuff was for movies. But then he started telling me the story, the one about John Bell and his family, how they were tormented by an unseen force. The witch, he said, was still there, waiting. That night, the scratching started. Not from mice, not from wind. It was rhythmic, deliberate, like fingers tapping the inside of the walls. I checked the house. No signs of anyone. Just silence. But then, just as I was about to go to bed, it happened again. It wasn't random. It was intentional. From one side of the house to the other, the walls shook. Then, the knocking. 3 slow knocks on the wall behind my bed. I jumped out, heart pounding, and found nothing. Nothing but the cold air and the eerie silence. I tried to ignore it, tried to brush it off as stress or exhaustion. But the next day, something felt different. I called a pastor. I needed help. Pastor Michael came that evening, and as soon as he stepped inside, his expression changed. The temperature dropped. His breath turned to fog. The house had a grip on him, too. He walked through the rooms, sprinkling holy water, reciting prayers. But when he stepped into the back room, he froze. He looked at me and whispered, "She's here." That night, I packed. I was done. I grabbed Buster and jumped in my truck. But the car wouldn't start. The woman appeared again, this time in the woods. Pale, her neck twisted at an impossible angle. She pointed at me. I froze. Her eyes were black, dead. I tried to run, but my legs wouldn't move. The air thickened, cold. My skin felt like it was being sucked into the earth. Then, out of nowhere, I heard her voice again. He belongs to me now. I didn't go back. I couldn't. But that night, I realized something. The Bell Witch hadn't just been tormenting the Bell family. She had chosen me. Her grip was on me. It never left. I learned later from an old journal I found in the farmhouse attic that this was her pattern. She didn't just haunt places, she haunted people. And once you saw her, once you heard her voice, there was no escaping. I moved away after that, changed my life, my name, everything. But I'll never forget her. The Bell Witch. They say some spirits never leave. That's what I thought too. But now, I'm not so sure. I hear her voice sometimes, even now. Faint whispers, calling me back. If you ever find yourself near Adams, Tennessee, near the Red River, remember, some places should never be lived in, and some spirits never stop watching. Thank you for listening to Echoes of the Forgotten. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and leave us a review. And remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't see or hear.